Hi, Nigel. Well, that was some interview on the BBC this morning, wasn't it, Nigel? Really on top of all the detail, weren't you? And seemingly, I'm not the only one that thought it was quite poor. So let's go through the detail of the interview, shall we? And talking of details, you didn't seem to have any. So there was the segue from Steve Reed talking about the environment and what Labour are going to do over all the sewage issue and the water companies and stuff, which I guess is a bit dull for people really, because he was going, I can't say anything until tomorrow. And I always find that a little bit odd, to be honest, Nigel. Like, why don't we get these politicians on once they can say something? But anyway, I digress. You came on guns a-blazing saying, well, it's ridiculous. We're just going to nationalise the water companies. Well, 50% nationalise them. We're going to give them to more private companies to run. So we're in the mess because of the private companies, but you're going, yeah, but it's the wrong private companies. The reform private companies would get it right. So then Laura kept saying to you, how much will it cost? Because everybody's saying it would cost about £50 billion. You went, no, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. So how much would it cost? I don't know. It would be less than that. But how much? I don't know. It'd be a lot less than that. Now, I get your point that you're not at the table negotiating the deal at this point in time. But given that it's one of your manifesto pledges, one would have assumed that you'd costed it. But seemingly not. And we didn't have to worry about the detail. That got me a little bit worried, to be fair. I mean, I did feel sorry for you at one point, Nigel, because they weren't talking about immigration or stop the boats, and you've got nothing other than that. Well, I say that. If they did stop the boats, you'd be fucked, wouldn't you, really? Anyway, I digress. So then she moved on to about what you're actually doing, because you're running local councils now. And to be honest, things got a whole lot worse for you. When asked to justify getting rid of a flood committee in an area that's known to flood, you went, well, what good were they anyway? It's like the flood committee doesn't stop the floods, Nigel. It's not like King Canute or anything. You were questioned about the fact that your 19-year-old leader of the council, George Finch, was spending £190,000 of council tax money on getting political assistance. And I'm going to suggest that maybe getting a 19-year-old to be the leader of a council was not the most responsible thing that Reform could have done. Because basically, now the local community have to pay extra to get grown-ups to help him. But I loved your response to this. As soon as she said about Scarborough, you went, I've got no idea. I don't know. Like, I admire honesty, really. I just don't admire ineptness. But I want to be solution-focused, so I've found something that I think will help you for the next time you do an interview like that. Maybe you could get one in Reform colours. Anyway, as you were.